There goes I go with a pencil again. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not good. I didn't need to see that. Hi everyone, welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle in Minneapolis. I'm a huge movie buff who's seen pretty much everything. I even worked at a video store for a few years, but somehow I skipped over an entire genre of movies. So I created this reaction channel where I react to action and superhero movies, and now TV shows, that I'm viewing for the first time. And apparently it's sequel week. Otis Roseborough, one of my subscribers, asked me in the comments if I was going to watch John Wick 2 and 3, and I was like, well, yeah, of course. But then I realized I was struggling to figure out what to watch tonight, what should be our third movie this week. And, you know, since you mentioned it, Otis, let's dive into John Wick Chapter 2. I really enjoyed and was surprised by the quality of the first one. It was a super simple plot with like hardly any dialogue, but, you know, somehow it just hit all the right notes. It had the emotion, the motivations, the action, like it all just worked so well. And it had a very particular style. And I even remember liking like how they did the subtitles, how they were like kind of incorporated into the scene rather than just on the bottom, like an afterthought. So clever. I'm hoping for the sequel to be just as good. Although, I mean, they never really are they? I mean, so trying not to get my hopes up too much. Excited to see what happens with the dog that he rescued at the end of the first one. And I couldn't remember if the main bad guy, the dad, died at the end of that kind of hand-to-hand fight at the end, or if he just kind of slumped over and then maybe he'll be back. I don't know. Very much hoping for more Ian McShane, though, because he's just legendary, or he should be anyway. You know, he's amazing. And we only got a tiny little bit of John Leguizamo, so bonus points if we see him again, because he's so fantastic. I'm finding like I really like Keanu Reeves. There's some movies he's just not that great in, Much Ado About Nothing. But then there are others, yeah, you agree. Yeah, okay. But then there are others that he's just so perfect for. It's like they were written for him or something. And maybe this was, I guess, I don't know. But also like Point Break is so good, in The Matrix, of course, but like little roles like Parenthood. And then he randomly like shows up in this hilarious scene in Always Be My Maybe on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, it's really, really funny. Then he shows up. It's a good movie too, if you're looking for a good Netflix one. I was trying to remember if I've seen Devil's Advocate, because I was looking through his movie list. I don't think so. So you guys let me know if I should add that to the list to react to on this channel. And I know I've seen Speed, but it's been like since it came out in 1994. So I think I could legit do that one on here. So yeah. So I'm excited to see how this movie just continues the story. Just please don't kill any more dogs. Yeah. Thanks for that. Thank you very much. Yeah. And right before we get started, please support my channel by subscribing. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the bell button to be notified when I post new videos. So let's dive into John Wick Chapter 2. Oh, I remember this from the first one, though. They really did like these overhead shots of the city. They did that like over and over and over again. It was a bit much, but oh, that's cool. What is that? Oh. Uh-oh. It would be hard to chase a motorcycle on a car, because like they can just go so many places that in between and weave in and out. That is a nice car. I really like that. I would drive that. Although I don't know how to drive a stick. I'm assuming that's not an automatic. Oh! Oh! Cargo boom. Nice. Oh, in tar? Okay. What's in those boxes? That's what I want to see.
Over his car. And a puppy.
The puppy alone would be provocation enough for me, y'all. Seriously.
Why don't we just eliminate him?
He eliminates you first, dude. Oh, the wire things start to... Oh. There's a very unpleasant scene in Boardwalk Empire that uses us. Is that it? I thought... Did his have the stripe on it? I can't remember. And they're going to chase a Mustang with a bunch of taxi cabs? Somehow I don't think that's going to work the way they have planned. Ooh, put your seatbelt on, dude. Jeez. That works. Now he's got like half a car left. Don't see. You didn't learn from Pinky Tuscadero. Is don't get out of the car. Oh, now he's out of the car. Okay. He's just listening to all this. I love that. See, what I liked about that right there is that the guy like didn't. It wasn't like a. It's no perfect fight. Like he tried to get him before he was even on his feet.
Mir. Такой фраер хочет бить, нет.
Yeah, I'm feeling he's the one who's going to struggle with that more. Like, I don't believe that deal for a second. He's going to try to drive that? Oh, Lord. So beat up. I love it. But he made it home. Okay. Okay. That's very cool. With the rain coming down and it reflecting. Oh, we still got the puppy. Oh, little cutie pie. I never slept with a dog, though, that wasn't like right up next to you, though. they're not over there. Cats are over there. Dogs are right here. Yay! Don't make me
Peaceful
sound.
place you got here. The drive shaft is all destroyed, and I don't know if you noticed, but you got a crack in your windshield.
Just a little one.
I mean, all right. They'll be ready Christmas 2030.
Yeah. Is it still even the same car? It's like, what is that story about the ship? That thought experiment about the ship that they went over in WandaVision? So he's got a lot of those coins. Did we see how many coins he had last time? I don't remember. He's got a lot of them.
With a heavy heart, John.
That sounds like a good way to scratch that table.
I'm not that guy anymore.
Just kind of prove that you are. The puppy's okay, at least.
Where is he?
That's a very nice patio.
Thank you, my
So that's what was in those cases, at least, you know, now.
good dog. Stay.
Oh, he listens. Poor thing. Was that an attempt to be sexy? It didn't work.
What say you? Never want to waste words.
True enough. So he did have to ride this. He rode a bus in the first one. Now he's on the subway.
Mr. Wick.
And what did he get at the bookstore? That's what I want to know.
This is the original map of the D'Antonio estate. Here you have...
Oh, that would be something they'd have at a bookstore. I like that.
Could you recommend anything for the end of the night? Something big, bold.
It is kind of cute. They're having fun with this. I like it. I like it. It's a very different... It feels very different than the first movie. So is she going to help him or is she going to prevent him from doing what he needs to do? I thought maybe that was Elizabeth Hurley, but it's not. What's happening?
What would Helen think about you?
So it doesn't matter because she's dead. Ah! What is she doing?
I lived my life my way. And I'll die my way.
Not with those earrings on, though. Take those off, they're not good. Yikes. So that didn't go the way I thought it was going to. Interesting. Okay.
You?
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
Uh-oh. Is that like a standoff at high noon? They both have really good tailors. Oh, he's in the middle of the stage. And they all cheer. I get shot in the head, they all cheer. Okay. So where's Ruby Rose gonna pop up here? Because I know she's gonna. Somebody's gonna, at least. Oh, he does get. They're getting their shots in. Good thing he's got that suit. I always like that. No more bullets, just throw the gun itself at them. How many guards does this place have? He's killed what? I should look it up again. I gotta look it up. How many hits and how many guys he's killed. Oh, don't fall down the steps. They're gonna fall down the steps. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, there's a lot of steps too. They're gonna fall down those steps too. More steps. Where was that? Which movie was that where the movie, like, the blade came right at the eye and, like, stopped like a half an inch away from the eyeball? They seem pretty equally matched. I don't know. He's gonna try to reload again. He doesn't have any authority.
Gentlemen.
Who's that? Oh, that guy. All right. So that's not allowed in his hotel either?
So you're free.
Am I?
Yeah, it depends on what you're gonna do next, dude. Yeah, it's a little worse for wear. Just gets more and more beat up and more bruised as they go along. So she's supposed to be deaf. Her sign language is not very good. It's very stilted. Like, you think she'd have a more natural signing style. Like, so you have to fight every single one of them. So there's a book called The Killer's Game where the main character is an assassin, and he gets like bad news from his doctor that he has like some form of inoperable cancer. And so instead of like dying of cancer, he puts a hit out on himself. So whichever assassin that he knows because of his work, whatever assassin kills him gets the money. And then he gets a call back from the doctor like, oh, sorry, we got the wrong results. You're not sick. Everything's fine. And so he has to, like, I think there's 7. He has to fight each one kind of in turn. It's actually a really good book. I don't even know if I think it's out of print. I don't know if you can even get it anymore, but it's really good. There goes like with a pencil again. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not good. I didn't need to see that. Oh, okay, again with the pencil. Okay. So it's basically going to be dead bodies laying all over New York. There's too many people around, dudes. Come on. Randomly shoot at each other in Lincoln, in the middle of Lincoln Center. Oh dear. It's like, why are they shooting at each other? No big deal. Nothing to see here. That was funny. All right. Oh, okay.
Please notify MTA personnel of any suspicious activity.
Too late. Ouch. But he can do that with can pull the knife out. Oh, poor people on the train are like, what the hell? Oh, there it goes. I will say too, there's a lot more sunlight in this movie than there was. Oh, Lawrence Fishburne. All right, a lot more sunlight in this movie than there was in the first one. It's almost completely dark, if I remember correctly, in the first one. But there's a lot of rooftops in this one.
You kill Santino, the Camorra and the High Table come for you. I kill Santino, they come for me.
That is a very good point, actually. I like that.
Oh, and remember, you owe me.
You don't want me owing you.
Yeah, that's what got us into this trouble in the first place. So you think he'd put on a disguise or something, or, you know, dress like one of the waiters or something? Oh. It's just going to happen in the middle of a crowd of people? I was going to say, that's the 7. Like, he just shot all 7 of them right there. So he's just going to take the other people's guns, yeah. He looks like he would have shot himself in the foot. You better grab some of those guys' guns there, because you're going to run out pretty soon. He's using like 3 or 4 shots per person here. They're getting blood all over that art. Oh, that's got a little splash on the camera there.
Welcome to Reflections of the Soul.
Oh, it's experiential art. Oh, fabulous.
To deeper reflection into the nature of self.
I don't think he's interested in deeper reflection of the nature of self. Yeah.
No life. No home.
He's got his car and his dog, though. He's still going to have that at the end.
You wanted me back.
And we know there's another sequel, so, you know.
Back.
Yeah. Be careful what you wish for, dude. Now he's got a gun. Okay. I'm very concerned that when he doesn't have a gun. He's got to have a proper weapon. He's going to deal with all this craziness. So I have a feeling that she's going to be the one that ends up shooting him for some reason. Like, because she kind of looked like that chick that was killed, or the bathtub, or whatever that was. Looked like she looked a lot like her. So, like, are they related somehow? Like, who is this? Who is she? Who is Ruby Rose's character to all these other people? Maybe they said it. I missed it. Oh, she really should just go around breaking all the mirrors, because that would help. She's a pretty good fighter, clearly, but she's so tiny compared to him. Like, oh, and yeah, right in there. Yeah, I always have a hard time when people's hands get injured and stuff. Ugh, I hate that.
Reflections of the Soul.
Fucking mirrors, man. It's trippy.
No legality.
Then you know that I have the right to demand of you.
Nothing. You demand nothing of me, Mr. Dunn.
Yeah, nobody demands anything of him. Is he just going to say to hell with the rules and hell with this little kingdom and just do him in? Yeah, I saw that coming. I was going to say, what's he going to do in the house other than try and like dig up the basement where he cemented in that stuff? I suppose that might be enough, but I don't think he's going to find much left. Oh, You found that at least. That's nice. We're at the Bethesda fountain again.
Your life is now forfeit.
Then why am I not dead?
Because I deemed it not to be.
Now.
Oh, how much power does this guy have?
Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all.
Of course you will.
Maybe that's what he wants.
Jonathan.
Maybe now he's using John to get rid of the people that he wants to get rid of. Yeah, he can't even look at anybody on the street and not think that it's going to be somebody that is connected. That was pretty cool. I liked that. It's definitely a different style and feel from the first one. It was a lot brighter, a lot more polished. And one of the things I really liked about the first one, and I've talked about this before too, was how gritty and kind of naturalistic it was and how visceral the fights were. I really like that when things are really kind of dirty and messy. This was definitely more deliberately upscale, more showy. It felt more like a big budget Hollywood film, whereas the first one felt like an independent project, which I liked a lot better. I thought the plot worked though, and it was a good build onto how things started. You got to see more details about the whole like hotel and the kingdom that Winston has control over and how it worked. That was pretty cool. I always find that stuff super interesting. Some of the action scenes I thought went on a little too long for my taste. And if you've watched any of my other reactions, you'll notice like I'm usually talking during the fight scenes. It's like, okay, I don't find a whole lot of excitement in seeing hundreds of people get shot one after the other. I mean, a couple are okay, but things get a bit boring when it's just like one security guy after another. You guys know I prefer the character development and relationship scenes more than the action scenes. Although, I mean, there are some of these that I enjoy, and these do kind of turn out pretty slick. And I know that this is that kind of movie, so I'm not exactly dismayed by the violence or anything. There are definitely some good moments that stand out, but I think getting to those moments took a while. There were two big hand-to-hand fights, both of which ended with a knife to the chest of his opponent. So I felt like they could have mixed that up a little bit. There were a few things that I felt like should have come back around to meaning something, but really didn't. Like, why was Ares, Ruby Rose's character, deaf, or I'm mute, I guess, whichever. Why was she using sign language? And badly, I might add. If you actually know people who sign, that was very stilted sign language. I thought that it would become a plot point or something, and like nothing was really ever done with it. It didn't mean anything. And I'm all for having differently abled characters in films, especially when they're as badass of a fighter as she is. There's no reason a deaf or mute person couldn't fight the way that she was fighting. Like that, I'm not saying that. But then I feel like a deaf or mute actor should have been cast in the role who would have been a more natural signer. And why did she grab his ass when she was patting him down in the beginning if it wasn't really going to lead to like any kind of sexual tension or other issue between the two of them or something? It was just a weird moment of weirdness. It was a moment of weirdness in a movie that doesn't have really any sexual tension between any of the characters. Like there's no intimacy built in this. There's no love interest to build on. So like, why even bother with that then? I don't know. I think it was just maybe a gimmick that fell flat. And why did the front desk guy want to babysit the dog? I mean, I thought that was going to come around to being a plot point or something, or John owing him a favor, or maybe like he's not going to get his dog back because of what he did at the hotel. And then he doesn't get the car back at the end. Like, why trash it and give it to Aurelio to fix if it's not going to come back around or something? I don't know. They're not following the Chekhov's gun rule. Like they're not following it a lot, which makes the story not as tight or as disciplined as the first film. Like, there's no fluff in the first film. There's nothing there in that first movie that is not absolutely necessary to drive the story forward. And so maybe these things are being saved for the inevitable part 3, but I felt like they should have and could have been contained in this chapter. So all in all, it's not as impressive or surprising as the first film, but that's kind of the nature of sequels, I guess. But I still found it, an enjoyable, kind of fun ride. And I just realized the actress who plays his wife also played Natasha in Sex and the City, so that's a fun connection. So yeah, but a really good movie. I can see why people like it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, which makes sense. So thanks so much for watching my reaction. Please take a moment to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and the bell button to be notified when I post more reactions. I appreciate all your comments and recommendations and arguments and corrections when I screw up the facts and all of that stuff. That's all super fun. Thanks for watching with me.